Hello everyone, good evening. A warm welcome to join the C-Suite Talks. Elevate your leadership journey today. Today we are joined by Mr. Miliind Harrdas, the CEO of Fourth Dimension Consultancy Services. Our guest has over 40 years of extensive experience in the healthcare industry. He is an author of Ideas on Demand, a crash course on creativity. Miliind has found a career fulfillment hub to help mid-career professionals to achieve fast-track career growth with fulfillment by applying strategic creativity framework. Today's theme is Ideas on Demand, a crash course on creativity. We are excited to learn from our guest. Hello, Miliind sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Vijay, and thank you very much for making me part of your C-Suite talks. And good evening to everyone. I'm quite excited to interact with you, and I would be more than happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for accepting to join this event as a speaker. We are excited to learn from you. So, first question is, could you share a bit about your career journey that led you to become an amazing author?
Okay. The journey with regards to creativity, actually it began in 1997. So somewhere before that I was in sales, I was in sales management, I was kind of a sales manager of waste, waiting for my next promotion of national sales manager. But meanwhile, I did something, a kind of sort of a marketing in my amateurish manner, which gave phenomenal results. So the leadership that was sitting in the office, they kind of rightly or wrongly thought that Miliind has got some seeds of marketing in him. So let us call him in process. So I became, they made me marketing manager. Now you imagine that I became a marketing manager without any kind of an experience. Normally this PMP, as they call it in pharma marketing, it starts with product executive, product manager, group product manager, BPM. I didn't have any experience at all, and I became a marketing manager. And I had a team of bright young minds. They were full of ideas. They used to come to me and expect that I will add value by suggesting them even better ideas. But when I dismay, I realized that I had no ideas. And this is where actually I get kind of that sort of a panic. This is where I thought that maybe before the leadership realized that they have made a wrong promotion, and before my team kind of writes me off, saying that they can't expect any creative ideas from Miliind, I need to do something. So I sort of plunged into creativity. Now, mind you, this was a era before Google. So the only source that's available to you is the books. So I could have perhaps laid my hands on every possible book that was available on the subject. But I was in for a disappointment. The majority of books were very basic. I mean, they would spend chapter and chapters talking about the theoretical aspect of creativity, definition of creativity, and some of the tips that were given were so basic, like take a shower and go for a walk, etc., etc. So those are things that are not you. But of course, I found some good ones also. Fortunately, I could actually join few courses, and but that was the time actually. The seed of this my book Ideas on Demand was sown that I thought that one day I would write a book which would be kind of become really a crash course on creativity. So anyone who wants to start from scratch and become a master in creativity will have that book to write. So that happened from 97 till 2008. I was into marketing, practicing creativity. When I moved to the other side of the table, creativity became 100% of my job. So since then I have been helping my clients for creative solutions, creative strategies, creative communication. So I would say that creativity has, I would say creativity is the sole source of my livelihood. So some point of time I was toying with an idea of writing a book, but then the self-doubts would creep in. Then the thoughts would come that what if my book turns out to be flop? What if people laugh at me? What if people ridicule me? So I went through that phase. But one thing good about creativity is as you start getting more and more grip over it, it kind of rewires your brain. And as your brain starts getting rewired, you start experiencing that you are a different person. So I started thinking big, the big thinking started coming effortlessly to me. I said that not only I'm going to write a book, but I will see that I will make it a bestseller in India. So that was the only way I could write a book. I'm talking about a book which is self-published on Amazon Kindle. So then I started writing a book with an object of making it a bestseller in India. And then someone told me that look, India is not a big market for e-books. The real market is the United States. So I said that okay, that being the case, let me plan to write a book in such a way that it becomes a bestseller in US. Then I said, why US only? Let me make it a bestseller in all the Amazon marketplace, all the English-speaking Amazon marketplaces. So I published my book, so it not only became a bestseller in India, but it became a bestseller in US, UK, Canada, as well as Australia. Somehow, it is common practice among those who self-publish book on Amazon to have a self-published paperback version. So there are some of the well-known publishers are available like the Koki.com or Ocean or some other names. But that's actually not true way of publishing. They will print the book for you. They will make it available on Amazon and Flipkart, and the rest of the books they will be at your home. It's for you to market it. So I was not very excited about this idea. I thought that if all I'm going to have a paperback, my paperback should be available in bookstall. My paperback should be available on the airport. When people are traveling, they should come across my book. So somehow the marketing really told me that look here, if you write a really good book and if you market it well, traditional publisher would find you. Unfortunately, that's what happened with me. One fine day, Penguin Random House approached me, asking me that would you like to publish your paperback with us? So I said, why not? And it's out now. It's just it has just reached the bookstores. For quite some time, it was available for pre-order. Now one can order it and get it in a day's time. So that's how the journey of creativity and happened and subsequently led to the publication of my book.
Amazing, sir. It's motivating the audience and me also to write a book about on our expertise. It's great to hear from you. Next question is how important is creativity when you compare it with other competencies? Why are you emphasizing the creativity?
Yeah. I'll give the answer. To begin with, it might sound a little exaggeration, but nevertheless, I will say whatever I wanted to say because that's what I'm experiencing. See, when you acquire other competencies, it has an additive effect on your effectiveness and therefore results. But creativity is one such competency that it doesn't create additive effect, but it creates exponential effects in your effectiveness as well as results. So I would say that's a difference. And creativity has so many advantages to offer. It's like if I say that the one who has mastered creativity and compared to the rest who haven't, it gives the one who has mastered the creativity a kind of unfair competitive advantage. It's like others are normal mortals, and the one the creative guy is having a kind of a cape, like Superman or something. So that's one thing. Uh, Another thing is particularly once you have the creativity, you would never get stuck. And particularly those who are into corporate career for a longer duration, they can relate with me. At, in the corporate career of every individual, definitely a stage comes when he feels or she feels that he or she is stuck. And the problem is the one is not able to find out a way to get unstuck. That's never a problem with a creative person. Creative person is able to see opportunities everywhere. Creative person is able to see opportunity where the other people are not able to see. And extending it to further, the corporate career, creativity is something that makes your personal brand shines. I think by now everybody is quite familiar with the personal branding as a subject. The last but not least is creativity sometimes not sometimes is something that helps you to move out of your comfort zone. And I just tell you the reason. The reason is simple. To become creative means bringing out your crazy ideas in front of the world. Now, when you do that, there are less probability that people would say, "Wow, what a fantastic idea." But the larger probability or the higher probability is people might laugh at your idea, people might make fun of your idea, people might ridicule your idea. So, unless you have developed the ability to come out of comfort zone and unless you have made yourself a sort of a, the rejection proof, you will never, you may think creatively, but you may never have courage to bring your ideas in front of the world. So, and the list can actually go on and on, but these are the three things I just wanted to say that few prominent things that come in top of my mind. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. So, in the connection with this answer, I have another questions. When we look at around at the individuals across the industries, it is seen that only a fraction of employees are truly good at generating creative ideas. There's a common belief that creativity is give that is bestowed only to the select few. What are your comments on this?
Yeah, I agree with you, Vijay. And even I used to carry the same belief, I would say, till 1997. So I don't deny what you have said. In fact, let me just tell you, what I'm going to tell you now is basically the very premise of my book. And what's the premise of my book? The premise of my book is creativity is a skill. So when I'm talking about a skill, it's a skill like cycling, it's a skill like swimming. If I had to talk about the professional world, then I would say it's a skill like the presentation skill. You got it? And the moment you say something is a skill, which means with some right amount of right type of preparation, the right technique, and with lot of practice, one can master it. So basically, till the time you attempt it, the person will keep on thinking that creativity is something, this guy is very creative, yeah, I am not a creative person. But that's, I would say, one of the biggest myths as far as creativity is concerned. Yeah, Vijay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. You mentioned that creativity is a skill that anyone can learn, right? But why do we see a majority of people struggle to think creatively despite genuinely trying hard?
Okay. So yeah. On the one hand, I say that creativity is skill that anyone can learn. Now, I'm going to say something which may look a little paradoxical, which is not. So basically, why majority of people struggle with the skill is that we need to understand that the brain of creative people is wired differently compared to that of non-creative ones. You got it? So basically, in other words, if one has to, the way our brain is currently wired, it is just impossible to master creativity unless first we focus on rewiring our brain. And what stops the majority from rewiring the brain, from learning the techniques of creativity, is there are certain set of creativity blocks. So unless first those creativity blocks are removed, learning and mastering creativity is going to be extremely difficult thing to learn, thing to do.
Yeah, but you mentioned that blocks of creativity, right? What advice would you give to our listeners on removing those blocks on the creativity so that he'll be more productive and creative generator, right?
And my first advice would be, first of all, to know what are those blocks. And then of course, the second advice is, start working on those blocks, start removing them one by one. Now, unfortunately, what has happened is the blocks of creativity, and removing the blocks of creativity is, I would say, such a vast topic that if anyone asks me that if I have to take a workshop on removing blocks of creativity, how much minimum time is required, I would say it requires minimum 1 day of time. Now, we don't have so much of time. We have a lot of questions to answer and a lot of discussion to happen. So what I will try to do is, I will try to sort of briefly touch upon different blocks of creativity, and also try to suggest some ways of working on them so as to remove it. But there is a good news. In my book, which Ideas on Demand, there is a complete big section totally dedicated towards all those creativity blocks and how to remove it, and the set of exercises which have been given below each of the chapter. So one has to work on those exercises in that particular sequence in which it has been given. Now that's it. Let me just start. So, in one of the questions that we mentioned, which is majority of people think that they are not creative, and they see that yes, I am not creative. Now that is a creativity block number one. So what's a creativity block number one? The belief within the individual that she or he is not creative, that itself is a block of creativity. Now, people don't have this block without any reason. People just simply assume that they are not creativity. So, when people, a lot of time I hear people talking that, look, creativity is not my cup of tea. So I ask them that, why do you say so? So the answer, the majority of the cases, the answer I get is something like this, that I tried really hard. However, what I could generate was just a pile of garbage. So I don't blame if somebody says that I am not creative. That person has genuinely made an effort. Now, the thing is, something about creativity, or as I mentioned, that creativity is a skill like any other skill, right? So the starting point of mastering any skill for that matter is you are a newbie, you are very awkward, you know nothing about it. Now let me just give an example of swimming that I mentioned. So if you are anybody from the audience, I'm sure the majority of the audience must have learned the swimming. So think of the first day in swimming pool or wherever you learn the swimming. When you jump into the water, did you start swimming like a master right from the first day? Of course not. You struggled. You thought you were going to drown. You must have swallowed a lot of water. That was the beginning. But you again came, you did it on the second day. Second day also you were very, you were still weak, you were still awkward, you were still a learner. But did you say that, look here, swimming is not my cup of tea? You never said that, right? So what is to say? You said you were afraid that I have started learning swimming. So when it comes to creativity, my question to everyone, that why do you say that creativity is not my cup of tea? Instead, the expression should be, I have started learning creativity. So that's a big shift in the mindset. Now, I think it's about creativity like about anything in the world. We are familiar with the term called self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, self-fulfilling prophecy is not exactly the expression, but I am reminded of one quote which is attributed to Henry Ford. It goes something like that. I don't remember it verbatim, but it goes something like that. If you feel or if you think you can do it, if you think that you can't do it, you are right. If you think you can do it, you are right. So basically, changing the mindset from saying that I am a non-creative person to believing that I have started learning creativity, I am in the process of learning, that mental shift makes tremendous difference in terms of removing the block of creativity. So that's the first thing. Now let me just quickly touch upon a few of them. Another thing is, in this world, people who ask, people that I would say, in this world, who are the people, who are the ones who find them, whom you find highly imaginative? The answer is children. Children are very, without any inhibition, they imagine everything in their mind. They have only one piece of object in their hand. Rest is their complete imagination. In their imagination, they are able to see the whole world, which we are not able to see. And another question is, who are the ones who ask highest number of questions? Again, the answer is children. Now, there have been two separate studies, and I given the whole details in my book. One set of studies actually, it kind of measures the decrease in creativity as the child grows, becomes a teenager, and finally becomes a full-grown adult. It starts from something like 98%, if I remember correctly. And by the time you complete your graduation and you are ready to enter into the corporate world, it has gone down to less than 2%, 98% to 2%. Similarly, the separate study kind of counted that number of questions that children ask. Again, if I remember correctly, at the age of 4, the number of questions that a kid would ask would be around 374 questions in a single day. And as the child grows, the number of questions that he asks starts falling. Basically, why does it happen? The reason is, as a child, when the child asks some question, innocent child is asking some question, the people say, oh, so cute, or the child grows up. And if he still continues to ask those questions, now those questions are frowned upon. People, parents and other relatives, people around him, they scoff at the child. They say that don't talk like a child. So basically, don't talk like a stupid. So the block of this number 2 block of creativity is fear of sounding stupid. Now, as a result of that fear of sounding stupid, what we don't do is we stop asking questions. So if you look at the history of humanity, any discovery, any invention, any innovation, if you have to track the origin of it, you will find two things. One is there was some hidden assumption which the whole society believed, the whole humanity believed, and the one who invented or one who innovated something, he or she asked those questions, and those questions kind of shattered the innovation. So basically, to become creativity, one has to ask questions. And when you ask questions, there is a risk that you might be ridiculed. So that's the second block of creativity. Another block of creativity is very important, which is known as the right answer syndrome. You understood? Now we are all grown up in a society that has led us to believe that for anything and everything there is always one right answer. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. It's correct. Yeah.
Right from our school days.
Yes.
You know there's something called as MCQs, multiple choice questions. There is a statement. 4 answers have been given, A, B, C, D, and you have to tick the right answers. That's not only from our school days, but even when we appear for the competitive exams, there also we have to attempt a lot of MCQs. Now, what does that MCQs tell us? So these MCQs tell us that look, for any question, there is always one right answer. So if you are right, if C is your right answer, what about A, B, and D? Obviously, if C is right, that makes A, B, and D wrong answer. Now, that's how our brain is getting conditioned. That's how our brain is getting wired. And you always, and in the school, I remember there was one instance. I remember I was in second standard. During some Diwali vacation, we went to Chennai. That time it was known as Madras. And we were taken to one of some beach that, those days that beach was called Virgin. And the sight that I saw, I was so fascinated. Maybe because of whatever the atmosphere or whatever angle or whatever reasons, I was amazed to see the color of the water instead of blue, which I got used to see the blue or the dull grey kind of a color. I could see the color of the water at that point of time was blue, so not blue, was green. So that green colored water, it made a very kind of a deep impact in my mind. And it so happened that after a few months there was a geography class and the teacher was asking what's the color of sky, and people shouted blue, and what's the color of tree, and then what the color of leaves, and people shouted green, and the next question was what's the color of sea, and some people shouted blue, someone said grey, and I was so excited I shouted green, and then the teacher suddenly stopped, and then she said, who said green? The whole class turned towards me and they just pointed out to me and said, Miliind! And I was, and just shook her head. Everybody had a hearty laugh. And that was the thing which actually I said that I would never give the right answer is the only answer that is mentioned in the textbook. The right answer is the only answer that my teacher expects. Now, coming to the real world. Coming to the idea generation process. So because of this, the right answer syndrome, when you are generating idea, you struggle with the idea because you are not getting ideas, you spend a lot of time. And you get a, let us say you have found a great idea. Now what would you do with a great idea? You would say, chalo, kaam ho gaya, the job is done, Now let us go and implement the idea. Let us work on that idea further. Let us polish that idea. Now, we are working as an agency. Now, what we do, this is where we have learned. This is the reason why people come to us. When we find a great idea, we have developed one discipline. The moment we get a great idea, we say, okay, that's one of the great ideas. Let us park it. And let us look for another great idea. So we look for the second one, we look for the third one. We don't stop till the time we have 4 wow ideas. So if one has to really remove this particular block, then we have to just keep on doing practice. That okay, I will not stop until I get 4 ideas. That's one thing. Second thing is, if one has to really rewire one's brain, once you develop the discipline of having opposing idea in your mind, which means this is also true as well as this is also true, and still not losing your peace of mind. So maybe this is about another block of, let us say, the right answer syndrome. There are many more blocks that I will just talk of only one more and we will go to the next question. The last block which I wanted to talk is we have the strong desire to always think practical and sound practical. We don't want to sound little stupid, we don't want to sound crazy, and if you really want to have the grip over creativity, then to remove that particular block of sounding stupid, one should consciously start practicing, one should consciously start thinking about crazy ideas. The crazier the better. See, there are so many definitions of the innovation. For this particular discussion, I would say what's innovation? Innovation is something, it starts with a crazy idea that was put into the practice and it worked and it created a huge impact. And then people say, yeah, it's an innovation. But the starting point of innovation is a crazy idea. But if you are not in the habit of thinking crazy, then how on the earth are we going to really create some kind of innovative ideas or product or service or whatever? In fact, you must have heard of the name of some of the famous scientists, Miliind Harrdas. Miliind Harrdas is specialized in the area of quantum physics. He was a Nobel laureate, and in fact, in one of the discussions, he had kind of urged his team to come out with some ideas, not just ideas, but the crazy ideas. So one of the statements that has been attributed to Miliind Harrdas was that he said, after listening to one of his colleagues who presented his crazy idea, he said that we all agree that your idea is crazy. But the question that we are debating over here is it crazy enough to change the world? So I think I will stop at the block because that's a very big topic, and we'll take to the next question.
Thank you, sir, for giving more insights. These 37 questions from the children average we get per day, and these are very informative insights. Thank you. We have Christina here. Christina, do you have any questions to the speaker? Krishna, you need to unmute. Yeah.
I had no unmute. I was pushing in the wrong area. Gotta love Monday, Thursday. I feel like for me, one of the biggest things holding people back from being creative is the fear of taking a risk. I know for me personally, I'm doing a creative zero yes, where I say yes to everything that scares me, that's creative. And I've written poetry with titles given to me. I've done an audio version, I've published in a poetry book, I've done an open mic night, and all of these things, when I got asked to do a creative presentation at work, I ended up creating one that they loved so much that 430 people showed up to listen to it. I think once we have that practice of being scared and taking that risk and getting comfortable taking a risk, I feel like I've done so many other things creatively when I have been stuck on a creative block for 4 years. So what advice would you give to someone that is starting out their creative journey but is afraid to take that risk?
Vijay, I'm sorry, I'm not, I think I'm afraid I fully not understood your question. Could you just help me to sort of tell me what exactly it is, if you have understood it?
Yeah, I'm also afraid. So, Krishna, would you please repeat because we had some audio issue from your end. I think you need to keep the mic nearby.
Or you can check it is there something like a text, there is no text box.
There is no text here. Could you please repeat your question?
I have found that the more comfortable I get with taking a risk, the more creative I am. What advice would you give to somebody that is scared to start taking risks but wants to become more creative?
Yeah, it's difficult. Like like we are talking about two people. One person had her brain wired in a particular way, and she's talking to the other person whose brain is wired in a different way. So people are not able to kind of meet at a common ground. So unless the other person understands that maybe there is something that some skill or some area where he or she needs to learn and is willing to kind of put into the conscious efforts, then it's possible. Then it's possible first to kind of make people change the way they think. But otherwise, it's a common experience that I also seen so many opinions that we talk something that people look at me as if that guy is crazy. So one way is to kind of even if they are 30% convinced, 40% convinced, if one can get started and one can show them some kind of traces, some kind of I would say beginning of some results, that's where they start believing you. Because those type of people, no amount of argument, no amount of logic, no amount of convincing will work. For them, it's seeing is believing. So you have to take them to the stage that at least they are willing to sort of travel with you up to a certain distance, even if they are not 100% convinced, as a mode of let us say experiment. So that much I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miliind sir. Thank you, Krishna, for that question. Hi, Amit.
Hey, hi Vijay. Good evening. Thank you for bringing me speaking with Miliind.
Yes, please go ahead with your question. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Amit.
Yeah. So Miliind, I have read your book Ideas on Demand, and it's a really wonderful book. And I have also mastered. So I have taken few of your stories from your book, like three of a person driving down the windy lane, and how he has to help three of the people. So that's a lateral thinking idea which you have put up in your book.
Yeah.
And also the story of how Airbnb came into existence.
Okay. Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's a really very beautiful book. So I'm just eager to know, are you planning to publish any other second part book or any other thing? I think you have only one book, if I'm correct, or do you have any other books which useful for any people?
It's one book, and I would say like it's a very interesting question, Amit. But the way I look at it is that everyone has finite time. Same is the case with you and me. So in the given time, one can do only so much. So I had thought about it. There is my existing business wherein I have to serve the clients, right? So that's a commitment that I have. Now I have an option actually whether I just go on writing more number of books. I am having such a high conviction about the book that I firmly believe that this book should reach to not thousands or lakhs but millions of people. So basically, I would rather spend time in ensuring that my message, the existing message, it reaches out to more people by way of my book. So rather than spending time in writing book, because you will be able to appreciate that writing a book is a really long drawn process. It would kind of you have to really dedicate a good number of time every day. And when you are writing a book, it process that runs for months and months. So that's the time you are actually not able to do other things. That's first thing. The second thing what I am doing is, instead of writing another book, I am just focusing on designing the course. Particularly, I am connecting two dots. One is creativity and another one is corporate career. See, basically, you will be able to appreciate you have been dealing with so many people that people think that once they join corporate career, what they need to do is just to climb up the ladder. And as they start climbing up the ladder, as they start getting more and more promotions, they will be happy. And once they will reach at the top of the ladder, they will be the happiest. But the reality is opposite. Most of the time, because people end up choosing the wrong ladder. They are actually, as they start climbing up, they get stressed, they get worried, they get overwhelmed, they get pressurized, and in some statistics that I read, that 75% people they hate their job actually. It's such a tragedy. So even if one gets successful, even if one goes to the top, if fulfillment is missing, then what's the use? So basically, I have realized that in the career, fulfillment is the most precious thing. So like I done that, I have connected creativity and corporate career, and as a result, I have sort of created kind of a model which I call it as a career fulfillment model. So that's my another project on which I am also working on. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you for explaining. So we will be eager to know more about maybe once you finalize your program. We will be eager to know more about it.
Thank you, Amit.
Thank you.
Sia, I think you need to mute. Do you have any questions to the speaker?
Honestly,
Oh, sorry for that. Amit, do you have any other questions to Miliind?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Miliind.
Thank you, Amit.
Thank you, Amit.
Hi, Rama. Do you have any questions to the speaker?
Yes, Miliind, thank you, Vijay. Thank you for allowing us to engage. Miliind, so I was, in a normal lives, we are using creativity to a certain level for problem solving, right? So most of our project problems, execution, ideation, solutioning, we are using some level of creativity in order to solve those problems. What I wanted to know was, how are you what are the characteristics to find out whether we are in the right path, or how do you measure, or is there a way of looking at it, knowing that we are in the progressive state? Is there any tips from you for that? Or
Yeah. Actually, when you mentioned about problem solving, it kind of triggered me. I would say I had mentioned in my book, there was a guy who was leading a big training institute. the MD of the training institute, and the author of that book, he wrote a book, one small book on creativity. He made that MD, and he said that I'm planning to write a book. So the MD has that, which is the topic on which you are wanting to write a book. He said, I'm going to write a book on creativity. So the answer that the MD gave that, people are not interested in creativity, people are interested in results. So that incident happened a few decades back. Now since then, things have changed, but things haven't changed, I would say, drastically. Now at least in the corporate world, creativity is getting accepted, but I would say to a very limited extent. Even if you do Google, you will find something which is always associated with creativity is problem solving. So people will think that creativity has only one benefit, which is problem solving. So in that book, I have mentioned at some point of time that first of all I hate to use one word problem, because whenever we talk of problem, one is that we are limiting the scope of creativity. The second thing is, the moment you talk of problem, it puts you in a particular mindset. So I prefer using word challenge. So first shift that I am suggesting is, we need to remind ourselves that creativity has got application that encompasses practically every area, not just problem solving. Problem solving that also has got one connotation, that once I come across a problem, I will remember creativity. Now, what I am saying is creativity needs to be kind of learned, and it has to become a way of life. Not just problem solving, but everywhere. For any discussion, anything that what we do, there is always one way to do it so differently, and maybe get not just incremental results, but be able to get exponential results. So one measure, which is not a very kind of a hard metrics, I would say, if you are expecting that, then I am going to disappoint you. The one measure is that whatever I am doing, is my thinking linear? Am I thinking the same ideas what others are thinking? Am I doing the same thing that others are doing? And therefore, am I getting the same results that others are getting? That's one thing. Another thing I want to ask is that kind of the results that I am getting are just the incremental results, or they are the exponential results? So that could be the measure. So it's a little hard. It's not, if you are expecting a kind of a typical left brain answer, then I'm sorry I gave you a little right brain answer. But it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I was thinking, somewhere that the level of, the depth of, the way you handle a challenge, the depth of it actually, that is some line that I was thinking that could be an indicative measure of whether you're being creative or not.
I would just say, once you plunge into creativity as a skill, you literally plunge into it. You kind of start learning it as a student of creativity. You will know. Then you will know that where you are. In fact, in the book I had given the way I had given exercises. In the beginning, the exercises that have been given are at a level of newbie, somebody who is just starting. And as you start progressing, as you start reading the book, as your brain starts getting newer, then the nature of the exercises they change. Okay, I just wanted to tell you, I will just give another answer. Just take some very everyday, take some crazy, unrealistic challenge. This is a thinking challenge, by the way. And what you have to tell yourself that you have to generate 10 ideas. Are you getting my point? You have to generate 10 ideas. The challenge should be crazy. Suppose let us say that if you are working somewhere, let us say how do I get promotion, next big promotion in 3 months?
Okay.
How do I double my CTC in 6 months' time, which is not the routine, which is unusual. Now, for that, you need to write 10 ideas. Your challenge, and like that, you have to choose a challenge. These are a couple of examples that I give. Like that, you have to choose every day similar challenge. I will tell you what will happen. The first idea, second idea, maybe the third idea would be simple, linear, conventional. Now, from fourth idea, you will face the problem. You will find it very difficult to come out with the rational idea, the linear idea. Now, that's where actually, from linear, you start thinking laterally. From rational, you start thinking crazy. Now, we are not going to go and execute those ideas. That stage comes later on. First, I am talking about developing the ability to come out with those kind of crazy solutions every day. I just extend it further. Suppose, let us say our arm, our hand, and suppose I want to make my hand very strong. What would I do? Would I give it rest, not use it at all, and thereby make it strong? No. I will do exactly opposite. I will go to gym and I will pump iron and I will put it under a lot of resistance, lot of stress. That is how I make my arm strong. So similarly, I am using one term called idea muscle. Now, when we want to develop idea muscle, the same thing is applied. We need to make our idea muscles sweat, and that too every day. So one of the major Rama is going to be the quantity and quality of ideas that you come out every day. First day you are stuck at 3, the next few days you are stuck at 4, and then you are able to make 5 and 6 and 10, and then you are able to do it effectively. And even the quality of the idea, when I am talking about quality, I am saying that as the days go by, your ideas start becoming crazier and crazier. That's where you know that yes, you are on the right path. That's another way of looking at it.
Okay. A very interesting perspective. There's that famous phrase, like the magic starts when you go out of the logic. So I think it's something like that. So you are able to think beyond.
Absolutely.
I had another question which was related to the. So I actually went through the summary. I could not read the full book, but my question to you, when I went through the summary was to understand. You have illustrated that creative mindset is very important, right? So that is something that you have emphasized a lot. So what are things that we can do? I'm sure there will be some exercises within the book itself. But on a day-to-day basis, is there a thumb rule that we can practice to increase that mindset where we are able to accept and whether we try or not, I don't know, but whether we are able to accept those creative ideas that are coming out of ourselves or it could be from our surroundings?
Yeah, in fact, I guess I have already given the answer. The answer lies in the blocks of creativity. The moment you start removing those blocks of creativity one by one, you will notice that mindset has changed.
Okay.
Just try it out. You will be honest.
For self-development, right? For people who are in that leadership role are facing this daily, and it is a very good, as I said, the creative muscle is a great thing to have because you're looking more than one challenge every day.
Yeah. In fact, what happens, there was some 2010, some IBM had conducted a survey, which survey was done across the globe with CEOs of different companies from different industry across the globe. And the question was that kind of uncertainty that has come into the business, to be able to handle that uncertainty, which is that skill they feel is the most needed. And the number one skill that those CEOs mentioned was creativity. One might say that that was 2010. But my question is between 2010 and 2023, the uncertainty, the ambiguity, the complexity, has it come down or has it increased? The answer is yes, it has increased. So I would say that the finding of the 2010 survey, because those CEOs means that the top leadership division, that said that what we call it as a VUCA world, kind of be able to navigate through that VUCA world, creativity is the number one competency that is required. So because you mentioned about leadership, yeah, so the leadership is the most needed one.
Thank you, Miliind. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Rama. Since you talked about leadership, I have the questions about how important is creativity in leadership? How can leaders foster the culture of creativity within their organizations?
I must say that this is such an important question that you have asked. Now, let me just tell you anything that I have interacted with many leaders who claim, who claim that they encourage, they urge their teams to come out with the out-of-box idea, creative socho, out-of-box socho. At the same time, when you observe them more closely, you will find that they display very low tolerance to failure. Now, what happens is, when these radically creative ideas, they are highly rewarding, but these leaders must realize that they are also associated with high risk, meaning high chances of failure. So when you display very low tolerance to failure, and when the employees see the negative consequences of the failure, do you think that employees will be willing to experiment with these creative ideas? The answer is of course not. They would rather focus on saving their skills, saving their job. So why to do something crazy and risk their job? So before one could think of building the culture of creativity, I would say that the leaders, the organization must focus on fostering a culture of experimenting, risk-taking, and encouraging failure. Now, starting with experimenting. So here, when I'm talking about experimenting, I'm not talking about trying out or experimenting different things haphazardly. The business leaders, the organization must set some process in place. The process to involve, keeping track of all the experiments, whatever experiments that have happened, documenting the thought process behind that experiments, keeping track of the outcome, and most important, whether the experiment succeeds or not, finding out the insights from that experiment. So there are the immediate mechanism to learn from it. So the next is risk taking. Now there was one survey that was conducted. That survey had an interesting finding that only 1 out of 50 managers could resist the urge to say no to a creative idea. So this is the reality. Now, if you want to institutionalize the culture of risk taking, the one way to institutionalize the process is to create a huge friction. Huge friction is saying no to creative ideas. In other words, make it very difficult to say no to creative ideas. So let me give you an example of what I'm meaning. Let us take this of Amazon. So now what I'm going to say is I don't have the first-hand experience. This is something that I have gathered from the public domain. So in Amazon, when someone comes with an idea, they are introduced the process in such a way that the default answer should be yes. Now, if the boss wants to say no, he has to write two-page thesis to explain why it's a bad idea. So every idea he's shutting down, he's taking upon himself the responsibility of writing two-page thesis. Now you understood what I meant by creating the friction so that it becomes difficult to say no. Now, one more thing that I mentioned is another culture that is required is rewarding experiments and rewarding risk taking. Again, this is also from the public domain that I come across very interesting that Procter and Gamble, there was some initiative of the call it as a heroic failure. Heroic failure award. Now, here what happens, this is the honor which is being given to employees or teams with the biggest failure. That the biggest failure that delivered the greatest insight. So it is not just the biggest failure, it is also the insight that comes along with the failure. And again, I heard that Tata also offers an award which they call it as dare to try. What is it? Dare to try. Which recognizes manager who took biggest risk. So we are talking about fostering the culture of creativity, encouraging creativity, and I am saying that one has to first start from the other end. Encourage risk taking, encourage failure, encourage experimenting, and then, of course, encourage brainstorming. Most important thing is discouraging shooting ideas down, which is I mentioned. So it's a very difficult thing because anything which is not practical, apparently doesn't sound practical, doesn't sound logical, the tendency is to shoot it down. So that's my advice. Yeah, Vijay.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that insight. So I have only one question since we are nearing 8 o'clock. We'll go with only one question, which is the trend of AI, right? So with the advent of AI, how much do you see the relevance of roles that involve creative thinking?
See, I mean, everybody knows that AI is going to make a lot of roles which are present redundant in future. That we know, particularly those which are kind of repetitive roles, which a machine can do. Those roles are not going to exist. So one is logic, one is common sense that tells you that creativity is not AI's cup of tea. However, I had one idea. I thought let me just do an experiment, and that might become a good LinkedIn post. So what I did, I kind of I said that I asked a question to ChatGPT. ChatGPT asked a question that will creativity is a skill that get replaced by AI in the future. If yes, why? If no, why not? And the answer that came was quite obvious. So the answer that came was something like, this is, they said that look, AI operates on an algorithm. AI operates on the set of the instructions. Whereas creativity requires so many things, so many other things that they mentioned. It is actually, that's not a part of AI. So in fact, just I'm not going into the very depth of it because this is something that you also can key into ChatGPT and you also can get an answer. So I don't have to spend so much time on that. As I mentioned that we are coming to the end. So what I did, I just took a LinkedIn post. I thought of giving an interesting title. I gave a title called Confession of ChatGPT. And I started with a very attention-grabbing headline that the other day ChatGPT made a confession to me. And then I wrote the same story and etc. etc. So this is, I think, I would say that creativity is one competency of not just present But creativity is going to be a competency which is going to be in extremely high demand in future also. So that's it from my side, Vijay.
Thank you, sir. We look forward to read that LinkedIn post from your end. So, dear audience, ideas on demand, a crash course on creativity. It's now available on Amazon and bookstores. I have read the book. Read that book. It's an amazing book, as described by Miliind. It's truly a crash course on creativity. I strongly urge you to grab your copy. With that, I would like to conclude this session. Thank you, Miliind sir, for accepting the invite and spending your great time and giving the insights on creativity. And it is very great learning for me and to the audience as well. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, audience, for your time for listening us.
Thank you, Vijay, and also thank the audience from my side also, and particularly those who were patient enough to stay till the end. My big thanks to everyone.
Thank you so much. I will look forward to see you in the next event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.